Ramappa Alayam, Natya Sashtra.
According to Indian history, this is the first temple to be named after the architect Ramappa, who engraved the dynamic sculptures in the temple. Lord Rudreshwara is worshipped at this temple. It is located at Palampeta village of Mulugu district, which is at 70 kilometers from Warangal district. Based on the opinion of historians, the builder of temple is Recharla Rudraya. He was a general of Kakatiya dynasty's ruler Ganapati Deva. The construction was started in the year 1213 and lasted for almost 40 years.
Rangamandapam, the dance posh. It is divided into three types, namely Dirgha Chaturasra, Chaturasra and Trisra. These descriptions are in accordance with Bharatamuni's composed Natya Sashtra. Dirgha Chaturasram, the rectangular stage. It is a stage with 64 by 32 dimension. Chaturasram, square stage. It is a stage with equal length and breadth, that is 32 by 32 dimension. Trisram, the triangular stage. It is a stage with three sides formulated as an equilateral triangle. The dimensions are 32 by 32 by 32. The above three stages are called Uttama, Madhya and Avara respectively, according to all the Shastras, that is religious texts.
Madhyama was declared to be the appropriate among all the three stages because dance can be seen easily from all directions, as well as the sounds are vividly audible. Perhaps that is the reason Ramappa had chosen to construct this kind of squared stage in the temple. The stage is ought to be as clean as a mirror. The sculptures of lion and elegant women holding Anjali Hasta, posturing Namaskaram, were fastened on the four pillars surrounding the stage. The great architect Ramappa illustrated the principle of reflection, where a ray of light reflects from a smooth surface in the earlier days itself. Here the pillars are designed to possess smooth and shiny texture which act as reflectors. The pillars are engraved beautifully with unique portraits.
Maintaining an 8-arm length distance from the stage, a place is set up for Sabhapati. Lord Shiva is given the authority of Sabhapati in this temple. The place has to be radiant with auspicious kalasham, the urn, which is in the shape of hill covered with gold. Sculptures of women portraying various kinds of musical instruments and depicting native entertaining dance forms like Kolatam, etc. were carved. The great stories of Sabhapati were sculptured auspiciously with designs of arched leaves around. As Lord Shiva is the Sabhapati, his stories were sculptured. The god of dance, Lord Nataraja, holding weapons with his 10 hands, was engraved exactly above the stage. In the four corners and four directions of the overhead wall of the stage, triangles are constructed in which the Ashtadikpalakas are engraved.
In the eastern direction, Lord Indra, along with Lord Narayana, Lord Mahendra, Lord Skandha and Lord Surya are located. Meshavahana, along with its host Agni and his wife Swaha Devi, Lord Vishwadeva and the Gandharvas are carved on the southeast direction. The southern direction is engraved with Lord Yama with his followers Pitra and Pisachas. Nairuti, along with his vehicle horse and other Rakshasas and Bhutas, that is, devils and demons, are engraved in the southwest. In the west, Lord Varuna with his vehicle crocodile are engraved. In the northwest, Lord Vayu with his vehicle deer, and the 7 Gales and Garuda with other birds are carved. In the northern direction, Kubera, mother of Natya, and Yakshas with their followers are carved. In the northeast direction, Lord Isanya, Lord Ganesha, and many sages are engraved.
In the sanctum of Ramappa Temple, the shrine is engraved in the form of Lord Rudreshwara. On the zenith of arch, at the entry into the sanctum, Goddess Gajalakshmi's idol is positioned in a throne along with 2 elephants gesturing their trunks in devotion. In all the temples built in Kakatiya dynasty, the idol of Goddess Gajalakshmi was engraved in common. Above that, a dancing sculpture of Lord Nataraja was placed. To the left of the entrance, there is a stone tree that utters Saptaswaras. One can listen to the Saptaswaras if the stone tree is slightly stroked with nails, rather stringed with nails. There are many religious legends about dance. However, the source for all of them is Natya Sashtra. This epic ledger was written by sage Bharatamuni. It might have been studied several times by the architect Ramappa.
After decorating the Rangapeetam, that is the stage, in the above manner, Bharatamuni worshipped it and approached Lord Brahma to ask the following question: which ballet should we experiment? On the word of Brahma, Bharatamuni performed the ballet called Ksheerasagara Madanam with his disciples. That being the case, Ramappa carved the episode of Ksheerasagara Madanam on the beams of the wall above the stage. Simultaneously to the continuation of the Ksheerasagara Madanam, a ballet was performed where Mohini, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, distributing the Amrutam, that is the nectar obtained from the Ksheerasagara Madanam, was performed. Resembling this, Ramappa carved the elegant sculptures of Mohini holding the Amruta Kalasha surrounded by deities. The third ballet enacted by the disciples of Bharatamuni was Gajasura Samharam, based on the story Vinayaka Jananam. Architect Ramappa magnificently carved this ballet with the idols of Nandi and other deities. Daksha Samharam is engraved as the 4th ballet on the beams of the wall above the stage. Ramappa illustrated this episode by carving the scene where Daksha is stamped under the feet of Veerabhadra. The architect also added the idols of Kalabhairava, Lord Indra, Lord Brahma, and Lord Vishnu.
A play on Tripurasura Samharam, written in Natya Sashtra, was adopted as the 5th ballet. The story portrayed is Lord Shiva travelling in a chariot, a demon lying below the horse carrying the chariot. He was in a war with demon Tarakasura's sons. Shivatandava postures are sculptured as the 6th ballet. They are 13 in number, and Nandi, the vehicle of Lord Shiva, is engraved at the feet of all of them. The inducement of the engraving can be either to state that there is no difference between Shiva and Keshava, or a mere inculcation of the facet from Natya Sashtra and other dance ledgers. Tandavam instigated with Lasyam. Following this, Krishna's divine acts are engraved in the next ballets. The 7th ballet engraved is the Krishna Leela scene, where Lord Krishna steals and hides the clothes of Gopikas who were bathing in a river. It is a spiritual metaphor. Gopikas were seen pleading Lord Krishna, who sat between the trees. Sri Nirmala Nritya Niketan is extremely thankful to the Archaeological Survey of India for granting us permission to perform in the premises of the iconic Ramappa Temple that showcases an outstanding craftsmanship of the great Kakatiya dynasty. We express our gratitude to the Archaeological Survey of India for their untiring efforts towards making the 800-year-old architectural marvel of Kakatiya era Ramappa Temple as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We would like to extend our thankfulness to Indian government and Telangana state government in restoring Telangana's historical, spiritual and cultural glory.